Hi Flosstube, we're back. This is the star of the show. She is Shadow, and my name is Becca, and I am SamBrie Stitches here on Flosstube and on Instagram. What baby? This is Flosstube number 61, and it is May 5th. So happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. Not much of a partying kind of day, since most of us are in stay-at-home sheltering in place. But still, hopefully you have some tacos or something to celebrate. So I wanted to start off by giving a huge hello to all my new subscribers and viewers. Thank you all so much for giving me a chance. I hope that you enjoy my videos. Right now I'm doing daily videos. I don't typically do that, but during the shelter in place, that's what I'm doing. Usually I do Wednesdays as my weekly updates. And thank you so much to my returning subscribers and viewers. I appreciate you all so much. Love the comments, love the support. Some of you have been with me from day one, so thank you for that. I just appreciate it. We're in a little bit of a different location in my backyard, so you can see some of the flowers and trees up close instead of being up on my deck. I will probably do a little bit of a stitch with me at the end of this video since I don't have a whole lot to show. I wanted to thank Melanie from MelyEllyStitches for giving me the most kindest, sweetest shout out on her channel. Sorry if you can hear that leaf blower. One of my neighbors down the street is apparently doing some sort of yard work. But thank you so much, Melanie. I appreciate it so very much, and I am looking forward to tonight. So cat's out of the bag, I guess. I will be interviewing Melanie from MelyEllyStitches for my Flosstuber interview this week. And then Thursday morning, I will be interviewing Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. So those are my two interviews for this week. So I'm very excited. It'll be nice to chat with them and get to know them. And then y'all can check them out too if you haven't. So those are my two interviews for the week. And as I mentioned in my last video, hi Chipmunk. He's just right up here yelling at me. As I mentioned in my video yesterday, if there are any Flosstubers that you'd like to see me interview, I know that Vicky had mentioned some. Oh my goodness, are you angry at me? It's just like yelling. I added those to the list, so just let me know and I'll just keep compiling the list, and I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do these interviews. So we'll see. He's totally throwing me off right now. Anyways, so this morning I was watching an eBay auction that I had bid on for Blackbird Designs America. It is my unicorn chart, and I want it to go with, you know, my patriotic wall and my husband's Marine Corps stitching and stuff like that. And I was bidding it up, and I was the highest bidder. And I know how eBay works. It's like huge anxiety, last minute craziness. I think I had bid up to 65, which is insane to pay for a pattern. But, and then 45 seconds left, I get outbid. And I'm like, I am not paying any more for that. So I let it go. And I was super just like down in the dumps for just a little bit. Then I go and check my Facebook Messenger messages, and I see that I have this message in the others folder, and I click on that, and it is the sweetest lady that saw my ISO post in Stash Unloading for Blackbird Designs America and offered to sell it to me for $20. Y'all, like, that is so amazing. And here I would have won it for 65. So I'm waiting for the PayPal invoice. Fingers crossed that it all comes through, and I'm so excited to own it. And I'll be starting that, depending on what the floss is, pretty quickly. I am very excited for that one to go up on my patriotic wall. So it was a little bit of drama, anxiety, sadness, and then happiness, all in the span of 5 minutes, basically. It was crazy. So I'm so excited about that. All right, so my whip that I worked on yesterday for patriotic fourth stitching Come here, Shadow. Don't you start barking. I think it's taunting her. I'm gonna put her inside 1 second. Okay, Shadow's inside, but now the neighbor kids are out screaming. So anyways, what I was gonna show you is yesterday was my patriotic 4th stitching and also mania. So I worked on a whip, and it was, of course, Lady of the Flag. She was my unicorn piece, or my unicorn pattern. Absolutely love her. And I got quite a bit done. I worked on it during the Zoom meetup and had to frog a section and then redo it. But look at that. I got a lot done. And this is on 16 count patriotic from Brandy at Be Stitch Me. Look at that, it's so pretty. I love it. I didn't want to put it away. I love stitching on it because it's just large blocks of color, and I just go section to section. I don't jump around with that color just because I'm scared I'm gonna miscount and then it messes it all up. So I just go color by color in the section. So that is what I worked on. And then today is the 5th. I did not spin the wheel. I chose to start working on Priscilla's USA pattern that she released, and I'll insert a picture here. I am stitching it on that dirty blackboard from Brandy that everybody has been so excited. So tomorrow I'll show my progress. I put a sneak peek on Instagram. It looks amazing. I think it is the perfect alternative to the pure black. I love it so much that I messaged her and I said, I need another piece before this gets too crazy and you get too many orders. So I've already claimed another piece. So that's what I am working on today. So we had a Zoom meetup last night. It was a Monday night meetup. I was extremely exhausted, but I still had a very, very good time. We had a lot of people show up, met some new people. Always enjoy that. So I'll insert the pictures and you guys can check out who was there. I hope that you enjoyed that. It was such a good time. And did you see a lot of people are smiling this time? I took a ton of just sneaky screenshots and then went through those and kind of weeded out all the bad ones and got the ones where people were looking at the cameras and smiling. But we had lots of laughs last night. It was just a good time. I look forward to the Zoom meetups so much. There's another one that I'm hosting Thursday evening. And then again on Monday. So those are just a lot of fun. One more video insert, guys. I went to the mailbox and I got a surprise card from Daylene. Look at that. I love it so much. I am just gonna have a collection of cards from Daylene. This was stitched in 2019. And it says love, and I love it. We're just gonna keep playing mail tag, I think, Daylene, which is good because I just want a collection of all your photos. That's what I want. But thank you so much for the card. I'm so glad that you loved your gift. I made her a patriotic little red garland because when I first started making my videos, she was my biggest cheerleader and my biggest supporter. And she loved the red garlands. She made comments all the time. On it and how much she loved them, and she just cheered me on. And then she came up with the ideas for these interviews and passed it on to me for me to take the reins and go. And I just wanted to send her a thank you and also a little early birthday gift too, because her birthday is I believe tomorrow. So a little bit of an early birthday gift and a little bit of thank you. So I'm so glad you loved it, Daleen. I'm so grateful that we are friends, and I appreciate you so very much. So thank you for the card. So that is pretty much my recap for yesterday. I was going to do a stitch with me because I watched Janet of Janet Jabber, her Flosstube, and she had some spring questions that she had answered. She says she doesn't want to come up with a tag or anything, and if you want to use it and let her know. So I'm going to use it. But I'm going to pause really quick because there is a bird that I want to show you guys if he's still there. So 1 second. Oh, there's a hummingbird. Where'd it go? That was a hummingbird. Oh, I hope I caught it. But he was just in the pile of hay there, like picking at it. Look at him just hopping around in my backyard. All right. That's enough of the bird. There he goes. Man, I paused to take a little video of the bird that was over here, and I heard this like loud buzzing. A hummingbird. It was like right by me, and I caught it for like a split second in the video. You can barely see him, and I couldn't find it. But that was so cool. That's so crazy. Today is just full of nature in my video. I had an angry chipmunk and birds and a hummingbird and my dog. So much fun. Okay, so I figured I would do the knot tag that Janet Jabber did. But apparently I didn't bring out my floss for some reason that I need for my piece. So I will be right back again. Okay, I am back again. Sorry for all the interruptions. Hopefully you'll hear the rooster crow in between the last video and running back in. There he is. He is there, and it's almost 1 o'clock this time. So his time is just all wonky when he decides to make his appearance. So for my stitch with me, I'm going to work on Poutini when I think of summer, because I need to get this done, and it is not really part of my mania plans, so I need to work on it. So this tag was not a tag. One down. There he is. So it's not a tag, but that she wanted to start, but it's questions about spring. So I'm just going to answer that and then stitch along. This is where I'm at on summer, and I just decided to work on the little crab down at the end. We'll see how much I get done with this. But questions about spring. Favorite spring flower? Well, if you've been with me for any length of time in my videos, you know that I love purple, and that's my favorite color. And I think my favorite spring flower are the purple pansies. They are just a pretty little flower. We did have for a very short time, my daughter had planted some flowers down in this little flower box that we have by our mailbox. But they did not last very long. But there he is. Between the animals visiting, I take Shadow out to the mailbox for her nightly walk. So they just got trampled and ruined, and we just can't keep nice things. But purple pansies, I think, are my favorite. Any purple flower really would make me happy. Daleen sends me the purple flowers that are in her backyard. I love seeing those. They're gorgeous. Perfect weather for spring. This. This is perfect weather right here. My perfect weather is like mid to upper 60s. I would say 70s the max that I like. And sunny is nice because I like to, you know, sit outside, but I also love rain. So I'm okay with either, but I do not like hot temperatures at all. That is just, I don't enjoy that. So, favorite spring beverage. I didn't even know that there were, I guess there are some seasonal beverages. Not really much of a drinker of anything but water and like my new Dr. Pepper cream soda. But I also like iced coffee. I guess that could be a spring drink. Iced coffee, you know, because it's starting to warm up and you want a cooler beverage. I'm not a lemonade person. I'm not a sweet tea person. I like hot tea, hot Lipton, regular tea. But I think iced coffee. And actually that sounds good. Our Starbucks down the street finally just reopened their drive-thru. They've been completely shut down. So I'm excited about that. And when my husband gets home and I get my car back, maybe I'll grab a iced coffee before I do the interview with Melanie tonight. We'll see. Oops, I got a knot. It's probably because, yes, I used too long of a thread. I should have probably cut it because it's DMC and I'm lazy. Favorite thing I looked forward to in spring? I love the blooming flowers. The blooming flowers are my favorite. When we go on our like walks through the neighborhood and you see those pictures that I take of like the beautiful bright flowers, that's what I love. Just seeing all that start to come to life. And that brings out the hummingbirds, like the one that I just saw, and bumblebees. I love just the pretty flowers. Someday maybe I'll have that, but not right now. Go-to outfit for the spring. You're looking at it. A hoodie and jeans, except I don't have jeans on. I have pajama pants on. Full disclosure. If I'm not going anywhere, I am not putting jeans on. Let me tell you that. But that is my go-to outfit. No matter what, really. I love hoodies and I love to wear jeans. So, man, it's really hard to pay attention to what you're stitching and talk at the same time. I learned that at the Z meetup too. But there's something up in the tree. Probably that squirrel or chipmunk again. I can't tell. I can hear him though. But I think with my Stitch With Me's, I should probably stick to filling in my patriotic pieces instead of trying to make a crab. We'll see how he turns out. Do I do an activity in the spring that I enjoy? Honestly, not really. We don't have a garden. We don't really do a whole lot. I know the springtime and the summer is when people start to grill, but my husband grills year round. And if it's nice, we try to do like a bonfire on our deck year round. So we don't really have anything for the spring that we do. I guess I just tend to try to be outdoors, you know, when the weather's nice. But that's basically it. I don't know. We're kind of boring people because my husband works during the week and then I typically work weekends. So, you know, we can't really do anything because of that, which is unfortunate. I don't know why he just honked his horn, the delivery guy. What holiday do I celebrate in the spring? Well, I am a mom, so Mother's Day is celebrated, but we also celebrate Memorial Day. So those are both very special holidays. The delivery guy has set off my dogs in the house and has quieted the kids down. That's kind of funny. I don't even know what I'm stitching right now. What X is I think this is the wrong X. Yeah, this is hard. Yep, that's the wrong X. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that I am going to definitely stick to, there's the eraser, filling in my patriotic pieces because I apparently do not know how to count and pay attention and talk at the same time. Favorite color for spring? Well, purple. Any purple, like lavender screams spring to me. So lavender is a really pretty spring color for me. I don't like the smell of lavender, but I love lavender flowers, like lavender colored flowers. Least favorite thing about spring? You know, honestly, I don't have a least favorite thing, to be honest with you. A lot of people would say like rain because spring is, you know, rainy. That's why it's the gardening season. But I love the rain. So I don't really have a least favorite thing when it comes to spring. And the last question is my favorite memory about spring. Well, if y'all were with me and watched the Valentine's episode, my favorite memory is pretty much, I have 3. One is when my husband proposed on Easter, and I did tell that story. If it weren't for him, there would be none of this. There would be none of, you know, neither of my children. I probably wouldn't be doing these videos, like, you know. So that is my favorite, one of my favorite memories is just his proposal. And how he went about it and that kind of thing. My other favorite memory for spring is my daughter was born in spring. She just celebrated her 21st birthday and y'all shared in that with me. That is a favorite. It's a favorite memory because it was her birth. It was not a favorite memory because of the process that I went through. I guess I'll tell it so I had a difficult pregnancy with her. You know, she's my firstborn. I had preeclampsia and toxemia. And my husband luckily was home. He was not deployed or gone. So he was able to go to the doctor's appointments with me, every one of them for her. And, one of the, you know, when you get down to the final time, when you get close to your due date, they have you start going in more frequently for appointments and checkups. And we had gone in and they had checked me, and I guess my blood pressure was up, and I had to go get blood drawn, and they rushed the results, and they basically said, go home, pack your bags, you're being admitted. And I hit the floor, bawling, freaking out, like literally I was on the hospital floor. My husband picked me up and basically carried me out of the hospital. So we went home, we packed our bags, we went back, we were admitted. It was a rough pregnancy. I wanted to do natural. That did not happen. It turned into needing an emergency C-section. They gave me an epidural and they messed up. The epidural missed or slipped out. I went through some horrible labor pains. Oh my God, that was excruciating. But they were able to get another epidural in time. So I had 2 epidurals in my back, and they rushed me into surgery. And all I remember is asking for my husband. He wasn't in there, and I was like demanding that he be in there. And they kept telling me he was going to be in there. He's going to be in there. He's, getting into the scrubs. And, at that point you're like strapped down on the table like this. I remember this, and I remember like the anesthesiologist telling me just to stay calm. Everything's going to be okay. I don't remember much. I don't remember my husband coming in, but he swears he was there because he said I looked like a side of beef. That is how he described me. He was there for the C-section. And then I remember hearing Sam cry, and that's it. I passed out, like I was gone. When I came to my husband and the nurse breastfeeding Sam, both of them together breastfeeding her on me, passed out. My dad and my mother were there. My dad said I was white as a ghost. Pretty sure that they lost me at some point. I had to get blood transfusions. It was just crazy. And they told me that I shouldn't have any more kids. Well, 5 years later, I get pregnant with Brie. Yay. But so despite all that craziness, yeah, that was a tangent. I'm sorry if you didn't enjoy that story. Having her is one of the best memories of spring. She is an absolute joy in my life, and she is my mini-me. We have a lot, in common, and she's just an amazing daughter. And she just told me this morning she had gotten off of, because she goes to University of Washington, but she's doing it from home. And she just told me this morning that she may be able to graduate after the winter quarter. And she's a junior. So I'm so stoked, and I hope that all works out for her. She just has worked so hard. She's learning like 10 languages. And she's fluent in 2 or 3 of them. So I'm pretty proud of her. So she's just amazing. Anyways, so that's one of my favorite spring memories. Sorry, that was a big old long story. And just if you're wondering, with Brie's pregnancy, everything was fine. Hers was an elective C-section. And that went smoothly and everything was good. So I was really scared for that one because I didn't want to go through what I went through with Sam again. So I love it. Today is just full of all different noises. Nisha, I'm gonna need that song that you apparently made up for the sounds of my neighborhood. I need you to add in all these too. The hummingbird, the rooster, the chipmunk, my dogs, the kids, everything. So, oh, and there's the cue for the rooster. And then my other favorite spring memory is actually on my Facebook memories right now. 4 years ago, I had earned the Achievers title at work. 1, 2, 3. I used to work for Best Buy as a sales associate, and that title is very coveted. I ended up being the top salesperson in my department for the entire market, which was pretty awesome. And what that's through December through February, I believe, is when the contest is. And you're competing with all other stores and all other people in your departments, and I was first, which was pretty awesome. And that year was an all-expense, week-long paid trip to Disney World, Florida, Universal Studios, Animal Kingdom. You got to choose if you wanted to do those, or if you wanted to do, there was like a beach option and some other options. And you get to bring a guest, and then you get spending money and a whole bunch of prizes and like lots of exclusive things. And so today would have been the day I would have been coming home 4 years ago. So for the past week, I've been reliving all the pictures that I took. I took my father-in-law and my youngest daughter, Brie. One, my father-in-law was paid for, and then I had to pay for Brie, but they wouldn't allow me just to bring her because they had to be 18 or older to do a lot of the things. So I brought them both. And we chose Disney World, Animal Kingdom, Universal Studios. We did the whole Harry Potter thing because they had opened that up. We stayed in the Hard Rock Hotel is where they put us up, and it was just amazing. So that forever is going to be one of my favorite memories. It's the one and only time that I've ever been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland a couple of times because we used to live in California. We were stationed in Barstow, so we drove there. But yeah, just looking back on those pictures, I was also chosen one of, I don't know, like 12 or 15 out of the thousands and thousands that were there to get to have a luncheon with the CEO of Best Buy and a couple of the other higher ups. So that was pretty cool to be able to chat with the CEO. He's no longer CEO, but and do all that. So yeah, so those are my memories. There's some pretty amazing spring memories for sure. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Sorry if you didn't. I went off on a tangent and probably told a little bit too much. And I didn't even get that much done because I had too long of a thread and I probably should have cut it, and it kept just like knotting up. So I didn't even get my crab done. But that's okay. Because I did a little stitching with y'all. This whole video is just a train wreck. So if you stayed with me to the end, thank you so much. So many stopping and starting and forgetting stuff and going off on tangents. So thank you. Thank you so much for sticking with me. So tonight I will be doing my interview with Melanie from MelyEllyStitches. Super excited. And that will go up on Friday. So look for that. And I'm just going to go back in and relax and continue to work on my USA What's in the Cup from Priscilla and Chelsea, because I am loving it on that dirty blackboard fabric. Is looking so good. And goodbye to black fabric from now on, because that is my go-to for sure. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you are getting some fresh air and staying safe. I know a lot of places are slowly reopening, so just take it one step at a time. Make sure that you stay safe, stay healthy, and until tomorrow, happy stitching, everybody.